Which Ninja Turtles series or movies is the one that your go-to, is the one that you used to watch? Because there's been many iterations and movies and versions, and even depending on which part of the world you're in is where like the song that will change the Teenage Ninja Mutant Hero Turtles or Ninja Turtles, depending on which part of the world and what is banned in your part of the world, is what you would have got. So it's very interesting to me in the zeitgeist of things as to which ones you loved. But for now, let's talk about the new movie coming to Netflix. When a mysterious stranger arrives from the future with a dire warning, Leo is forced to rise and lead his brothers Raph, Donnie, and Mikey in a fight to save the world from a terrifying alien species. Yeah, so I was brought up on the 90s Turtles, starting at a point where they've already defeated Shredder. They have these mystic powers, which was weird to me. And the dynamics of the Turtles is slightly shifted. It's very different to how I was expecting it to go, which is keeping it fresh. I appreciated it. I should mention that the way this film starts is very reminiscent of films like Terminator. If you've ever watched the original Terminator, where it starts in the future, and that's the movie you kind of wanted to see, like what's going on in the future, but then we go back in the past and stuff happens. That's kind of what this movie is. It's kind of avoiding what has happened, the apocalypse, and then these turtles have to stop that from happening. It is that, and it's a lot darker than I was expecting it to be. It goes from a very dark tone to like, damn, are they actually going to do that, to a quite comedic tone, which I was a little bit disappointed by. But as the story unfolds, it gets darker and darker, and then the stakes are high again, and you're wondering, are they actually going to kill off a number of our turtles? Like, I literally didn't know what they were going to do with this. I thought, no, they can't. Oh, but maybe they can. Are they? No, that's going to upset the kids. It's that sort of questioning when you're watching this. But I have to say, I loved the animation style. It reminded me a little bit of Into the Spider-Verse, that vibrant color. The lines and the movements of the characters when they're fighting is just frenetic and crazy and chaotic, yet you can kind of see what's going on at the same time. Then the dynamics between the brothers is a learning curve once again. They're at a place where they feel like they're superpowered and they have a leader, non-leader. Leo is not the leader that we know him to be yet, and he's got to work out how he becomes that. He's got to kind of shake off his immaturity, and a lot of the times it was, for me, it was Raph that was the angry one and also quite immature, but not the leader. In this one, Raph kind of takes the lead role. He's big, buff, his character design is like he's a tank. And then we have Mikey, who is still the funny dude, but he's leading into the mystic arts, which is just okay. Donatello tech, which is amazing. But they all kind of have these mystic powers that don't quite work when they needed to for the bulk of the story, and they've got to earn that again. And so there's all this earning going on. There's this character development that you'd expect in a story like this. We also have amazing voice work. Haley Joel Osment is Casey Jones, and he's fantastic in this. We have Ben Swartz as Leo, Omar Benson as Raph, Brandon McCall as Mikey, and Josh Brenner as Donnie. It's a really great voice cast, and they do great jobs with portraying their characters of who they're meant to be portraying, when it's meant to be funny, when it's meant to be scary, when they're meant to be bickering. We get all of that. Splinter as well. And there's those moments that are like, oh, now I know I'm watching the Turtles, when it's come to watching the Turtles eat pizza or have a stupid game, or, you know, have bickering, or Splinter reprimands his boys, or Splinter's watching a soap. There's those moments that stick out going, okay, they know that this is a Turtles movie, but they're also doing some different things with it. Now, when it comes to the enemy, I think they've built up a really formidable enemy for you to be scared enough of your turtles, wondering why they're even trying, you know, like, how could they possibly win? Now, I remember watching back in the day, Shredder was this formidable, he just seemed unbeatable. But then they introduced the Kang, and for me, they just seemed silly. They had the Technodrome, and they were these little squid-like things, and they controlled robot bodies, and they were never really, for me, in my mind, like that formidable. Shredder was the dude that you had to be worried about. Here, they build up, because it's kind of after Shredder, they build up a design that I wasn't expecting for the squid tentacle monsters, this alien species, to look like, but they have been world destroyers. They move from planet to planet and conquer them, the Kang the Conquerors. So we see how the creators are able to now take their design, give them more streamlined robotic uses, and it's at parts, when the battle is on, you feel like you're watching an anime, which was nice. It was a really kind of refreshing moment. Those kind of animes where you see characters flash stepping from moment to moment, like in Bleach, or one character's moving so fast you can't see it, but the colors depict, or the streaming and the blurring of a movement depict what's going on in that fight sequence. That's all the kind of thing that you're going to get in this, running on the side of buildings, all of that. That last battle sequence when it really amps up and you're wondering how they're going to survive and they got to work together, that sort of thing. I was just really impressed with where they went with the animation style, especially making the Kangs really formidable. I thought they were like a terrifying bad guys, and you did wonder what was going to happen. It kept you on the edge of your seat. So between the score and the music and the story, the bad guys really stood out to me in this. I'm going to give this 4 Nicolas Cage out of 5. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I think even as a standalone entertainment movie, if you knew nothing about the Turtles, you would still enjoy this. But if you have some knowledge, even if it's a little bit, you're going to enjoy this. If you're a fan, I think you're going to like what they kind of changed and where they're going with this in the future, possibly. Let me know in your comments below. Did you enjoy this? What is your favorite Ninja Turtle out of the 4? But for now, check out these 2 animated reviews.